What's up everyone? Today I'm going to show you some of the sounds in one of my favorite disco strings plugins right now. So the first thing to note is we've got three different microphones here, the Royer, the Neumann and the AKG, which all give you slightly different tones and textures. Within each mic there's 5 different types of articulations. We've got the legatos, sustains, shorts, runs and falls. And when you combine all of these together, you can create some really amazing disco string lines. So let's check out the legatos. And a legato is a smooth note. This is one of my favorite sounds, the legato portamento Neumann. And the portamento, you'll notice here when I play these two notes, there's this sort of swoopy bend that happens between the notes, and I really love that. And this works great for both chords and single note lines. So if we play some chords, you'll notice there's that bend between the notes of the chord too. And with the single notes, just a beautiful articulation. And then next we've got the sustains, and sustains are quite similar to the legato notes, except we've got some slightly different articulation. So you'll notice in this one here, we've got sustain to tremolo. And what tremolo is if you're playing a string instrument, it's sort of the rapid repetition of a single note. So you notice the texture of this note is slightly different to the legatos. And that's a really nice articulation for building suspense. And another good one in here is the trills. And what a trill is the rapid alteration between two notes, usually a semitone apart. It's another really useful tool for building up suspense in a track. And in the next section we've got shorts, and shorts are used as more sort of shorter, sharper, dynamic playing when you want to do things like this. There's also a pizzicato articulation, which is when they pluck the string rather than playing it with a bow. We've also got these shorts here which have even more attack for even more sort of sharper dynamic playing. The next section we've got some runs, and what runs are is when you sort of move up a scale in a particular mode, and we've got a few different mode options here. So we've got Dorian, and so what this does is, let's say I'm playing the note E. It starts on the low E and then it goes up in E Dorian all the way up to the next octave, which would be up here. So it sounds like this. If I play F, it does the same thing in F Dorian. This is the major scale, so E major. Now E minor. And finally pentatonic. And I find these are really good to introduce strings at the start of a new section. So if you notice here in my remix of American Boy, I use the strings at the very start of the song here, and this is a run that goes up into that first note. If I solo that out, that's what it's doing, and then it's leading into that first note of the sustained string. And finally, my favorite articulation are the falls, and these just sound super, super disco. I'll show you what it sounds like. And you've also got a few different types and speeds of the fall here. So this one is the fast fall. Here's a slower fall. And then you got a super fast fall. when you want it to be super short and tight. And these key switches here, what you can do is they've set up some presets so that you can switch between all of the different articulations, and so you have some falls and then you press a key down here and it will switch to a more sustained note. But what I like to do is split them up into separate tracks so I've got a little bit more control over the volume. And I'll just show you with this remix what the strings sound like all together and the use of some of those different articulations. So that's the Disco Strings plugin. I hope you guys enjoyed that and it gives you a kind of insight into what this plugin's capable of. If you are thinking of buying it and you want to support me at the same time, check it out via the link in my description right here, and I hope you enjoy.